We acknowledge the land on which we live, gather, exchange ideas, and share our past, present, and future is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Wendat people. My name is Alice. I'm the Community Program Coordinator over at the Brockville Museum. Welcome to another installment of Stories from the Stones. Now, there are many striking tombstones and monuments in the Brockville Cemeteries, and the Kincaid monument behind me reveals the craftsmanship and care with which these monuments were built. The monument itself resembles something of a Gothic steeple that we may spy on some of the churches down in downtown Brockville. And the monument was made by the DeCarl Monument Works, which was a local monument builder here in Brockville. It was mentioned in an article in the 1910s that Mr. DeCarl has recently completed and built in the cemetery an impressive monument for a man named Fordyce Lawton Kincaid, a monument in memory of his late wife, Mrs. Kincaid. This would be Caroline Walbridge. This is pronounced in the most artistic and beautiful monument in central Canada, so says the article writer. The design is Gothic, the base is of Vermont granite, the shaft is of Berea sandstone, and there are columns of Canadian granite surrounding the monument here, so very impressive. The article writer goes on to say that the elegance of the design and the excellence of the workmanship reflect the greatest credit on Mr. DeCarl. And the cost of the monument in the 1910s was $700. I did a little bit of digging. Roughly that's about $20,000 to $30,000 for a substantial monument. So the story behind the people who are buried here a little bit. I mentioned Fordyce Lawton Kincaid. He was born in 1848, and he had a stationer's business in downtown Brockville, so he was doing bookbinding, things like that, and lived on King Street. He was a member also of the Independent Order of Odd Fellows. Now, the funny thing about this monument, you might see this in different cemeteries, is that he's buried with his two wives. He had a wife earlier, Laura Effie Booth, who is buried in the same plot, and then after her death he would go on to marry Caroline Walbridge. The couple would end up having a number of children together, and Fordyce cared for and was able to afford a very impressive monument for his late wife. It's probable too that there was an existing monument for the Kincaid family and for Fordyce's parents, who are buried here as well, that ended up being replaced by this more impressive structure behind me. So thank you very much for tuning into this episode of Stories from the Stones.